Hello, I'm Vanessa Carr. Welcome to my Google Classroom unit, Multiplication and Division for third grade students. I included a Bitmoji to invite the students into the virtual classroom. Since I'm teaching third graders, I wanted to be sure that the content would be presented in an extremely friendly as well as organized manner. I also wanted the parents to be able to access information their children would not need to read themselves. So as we enter this course, we'll see these details. On the stream, you'll notice that there is not a continuous list of notifications. I changed the settings so that does not appear, and the students and parents can note that they begin by clicking on classwork. Here you see to the side are all topics. Works Cited will not be on the regular classroom site since this is for you, the professor. In the introduction, I introduce myself with a short video, and then we see all the information that a student would need to navigate the course both effectively and safely. Under the Multiplication and Division Unit introduction, I tell the students that there are 11 lessons in this unit, and that the lessons will take about 50 minutes to complete. I wanted to be sure to limit the time for each of the lessons. This includes the time needed for optional activities, which would be utilized one time. They could do that more, and that might take them more than the 50 minutes. But third graders learning from home can be easily stressed, and educators must adjust the instructional materials to make it conducive to learning in this new environment. Again, full information about the learning outcomes is available under Information for Parents, including more details on the purpose and the structure of the unit. Let's take a quick look at the first assessment, Arrays, with BrainPop Jr. I used Edpuzzle to make this assessment. I made sure that it was locked so the students would have to watch the video all the way to each question and not be able to skip ahead. They also receive feedback on each of their questions. If they are incorrect, it is explained exactly where they went wrong. Edpuzzle creates a format that students interact with the video. And this is very important because even in the classroom, we sometimes see a student kind of check out when the video is played. Every lesson in my Google Classroom includes a video instruction where I am teaching the lesson. I think this builds a connection with my students, which is very important. I also use tools in the video instructions that the students would have available because I send those packets home with my students. The video instruction always includes closed captioning, which is carefully edited. Now let's switch and look at an activity. On the activity, this one is a Nearpod. On the activities, I include the unit level objective, course level objectives, and an essential question. I changed the essential question to make it an I can statement for the students. Putting it in these simple terms helps the students to understand exactly what they will be learning and how they will use this when they've completed the lesson. Nearpod allowed me to adjust my Google Slides to include activities such as matching, embedded games, and interaction with the drawing tools on Nearpod. This not only helps the student to interact, but it starts to teach them how to use simple tools. This is very important to our young learners. At the end of this Nearpod, I included 2 simple anchor charts to help them review what they learned and to introduce, again, Fact Family. Now let's look at the Student Help Center. In the Student Help Center, I have included several VidGrid videos that I made myself that reviewed the things that we have learned. I also included a set of anchor charts for the multiplication rhymes that I created when I was making the VidGrid. These are actual posters that I made and then hung in my classroom, and it's easy to take a photo of those or scan them with notes on your phone and add them as a PDF into document. Students also have access to other math resources for practice and fun, including Extra Math, Math Learning Center apps, and also games. But let's look at a Math Learning Center. The Math Learning Center offers some different math apps that students can use at home, and this one allows students to drag over objects, create arrays with objects, and they can use different shapes for their objects as well. My students have found that this is great fun and very helpful in math. This is the second math learning app that I included. It's Number Pieces, where students can use place value blocks, and then they can choose to type and tell me what they did or what their math sentence is that matches their picture. Modeling math is very important. We all hope that things will get back to normal and that next year will bring us all back into our classrooms. But even if that happens, which we pray it does, even if that happens, we still will be able to utilize technologies in ways that improves the learning experience for all of our learners. Thank you.